and welcome to Geeks of the Round. We are here to talk Daredevil. I'm your host, Matt Moore, and we've got the regular folks. Let's start with, well, we're talking Daredevil. Deadpool. We're talking Deadpool. Sorry, the Daredevil trailer just came out earlier today. We're talking Deadpool today. And so let's introduce the panel. Hey, Charles, what did you think of Deadpool?
Oh, man, I give Deadpool a solid 9.8 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely amazing. Nearly flawless. Nearly flawless.
All right. And Lou, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. Had fun with it. If we're going with the 10 out of 10s, I'd give it a 9.
Okay. I personally, I'm a little less than the rest of you, but not much. I'm about an 8.5 out of 10. I think it was a really good movie. But this is partially my fault, but the trailers kind of ruined a lot of the good parts, and I also think that the how it was set up, to where we saw flashbacks and flash forwards and flashbacks and flash forwards. Well, not flash forwards, but current time was kind of annoyed me. But that being said, if you have not seen Deadpool, this is going to be a spoiler-rific conversation about Deadpool. So shut off this video, watch Deadpool a second time, then come back and watch this video. Then watch Deadpool again. Is that fair?
Yes. And if you continue to watch this hangout and then bitch about the spoilers, well, that's your own fault.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you then.
And that means you're probably Isaiah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But then if that's the case, that's his way of watching the movie.
Isaiah, get off your ass, go to your near theater and watch Deadpool, and don't pirate it. Just give the theater some money and go watch it.
As far as I know, there is no pirate copy out of it yet.
Oh, thank God. All right. This movie deserves our money. This movie definitely deserves our money.
According to what he says, he didn't want to pirate it neither because he doesn't want to associate himself with anything that Fox does anymore.
Oh my God! Really? Well, then what does he do with Sleepy Hollow? Sleepy Hollow is a TV show that airs on Fox.
But are you sure he still watches it?
I'm fairly certain he does.
Are you sure he watches it, or are you sure he reads it?
Yeah, that's true.
Good point.
Anymore. He reads a lot.
And by reading, he goes to the wiki. He goes to the goddamn wiki. Somebody needs to shut down that wiki just so Isaiah can stop reading it.
So Deadpool.
Chimichangas.
What's that?
Chimichangas.
Yes.
Chimichangas. I think he only mentioned chimichangas once.
Yes, he only mentioned it once. But chimichangas is a regular thing with Deadpool, as you know. Yeah. So it's fair to bring it up, even though they only said it once in the movie.
And then there was... Oh, what did he want to go by? Ajax? Was that the name he tried to go by?
No, he tried to go by Captain Deadpool.
No, the bad guy. The British guy.
He called himself Ajax, but his real name, and the name we're all going to call him, because I say that we're going to call him that, is Francis.
Yes, and Charles makes all the rules.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Didn't you know that, Charles? We declared that hours and hours and hours ago, that today you make all the rules. We just weren't going to tell you, but since you made one, we got to tell you.
Yeah, you dingus.
But yes, Francis. And Francis kept asking. Apparently, Ajax is a recurring character in Deadpool comics. I will admit I don't read the Deadpool comics. I've seen Deadpool in other people's comics, but I have not read his specifically.
Yeah.
You can call me a poser or a bandwagoner.
Oh, you're not alone.
I don't give a shit.
You're not alone, Matt.
What?
Yeah, you're not alone. I'm not. The only thing that I'm familiar with Deadpool is, well, the god-awful movie X-Men Origins Wolverine, and then also the amazing video game Marvel Ultimate Alliance. That is the only that's the only way, that's how I found out about Deadpool, was from that video game.
And so let's start at the beginning. There's a lot to cover here, but something I want to make sure to talk about is the opening credits.
Yes. Yes.
Were amazing and really set the pace for the movie. You end up getting a scene that you don't really see again until like 15 minutes later. but you basically get a bullet time version of Deadpool wedging one guy that's outside of this car that is currently flipping, inside teabagging another guy because his hand's just coming out, and I forgot what he was doing with his other hand. But I'm sure it had a gun in it, and he was probably shooting at someone. But it was basically just this. It was a still scene, and we just traveled around it, and they went starring, and then I forgot what they actually said for Ryan Reynolds, but like the overly attractive guy or something like that, and then they showed his cover from People magazine where he was the sexiest man alive for that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just kept going, and they're like co-starring a CGI character, an emo teenager, the hot chick, and then it just goes on like that, and it basically goes and describes their before we actually meet them.
Yeah, the British bad guy, the British villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the British villain, the entire theater was cracking up when I was watching it. By the time we had gotten there, like, they realized what the theme was, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Gee, theater's slow.
It was British villain was the second thing.
They're
like
still
Hot
slow.
Chick was the third.
They were slow.
Okay.
Oh no! When I was at when I was at my theater, I mean, it was pretty packed. It wasn't like Star Wars packed, but it was pretty packed. Yeah, they were cracking up during the whole goddamn movie.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's different because I watched the spoiler review prior to going to see it, so I kind of knew what to expect.
What the hell, Lou?
I didn't give a fuck because I knew I was going to watch it anyway.
Well, I know that you don't care about spoilers, but I mean, come on, man.
Dude, I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. And the beginning crawl didn't bother me to be spoiled about.
That's why you see it twice.
Nah.
Yeah, and that's just it. Is I'm kind of broke. The only reason I was able to see it the first time is because I found a place where I could see it for $7.50. But I am going to see it again as soon as I get paid, and probably a third time. The second time I might just like watch it and then immediately buy another ticket to watch it again. Or
you're such a good Samaritan.
Well, the thing is that I said I was going to watch Star Wars 3 times. I've only seen it twice. I'm probably not going to see it again until it comes on Blu-ray. And it's going to be the same case with Deadpool. I'll probably only see it one more time, and then I'll wait for the director's cut when it comes out on Blu-ray.
No director's
There is no director's cut. They already announced.
There's not going to be a director's cut?
No.
Unfortunately.
I thought they confirmed that it was going to happen.
No, one of the actors said that that there possibly could be a director's cut, and that if there was a director's cut, it would be freaking awesome. However, apparently they don't have enough actual footage to put a director's cut.
I don't care for director's cut. I want an unrated cut.
That's just it. It'd be the same thing as they don't have enough footage to really do that.
Man, I know they filmed some fucking scenes there that they toned back a little bit. Come on, man. We need one scene, one good scene, if you know what I mean.
We had a lot of good scenes. One
Yes, we did.
Marina Baccarin right at the beginning, right before they went into the holiday montage, and then you had the strip club later.
Yes.
That scene was open.
Yeah, the holiday montage was freaking hilarious.
It was. It was pretty good.
Dude,
Until National Women's Day, and then all of a sudden everything got very uncomfortable.
That's love. That's some real good love because...
Oh, my God. Really? Oh, my God. Goddamn strap-on scene. Oh, what the hell?
No, it ain't happening.
Mallrats called it as in the back of a Volkswagen.
In the back of
shit if it's in the back
of a Volkswagen. Do you want to have sex in someplace uncomfortable? Oh, you mean like the back of a Volkswagen? Yeah, when they're actually talking about anal.
No.
And you know what? During that scene alone, I bet that they probably took several shots, several attempts to do it, because I'm sure the actors could not keep a straight face during the whole thing. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure that
God, that's just a bad visual.
Oh, come on, it wasn't that bad.
Yes, dude, a man on all four doesn't look right.
Well, thankfully, we only saw him from, like, the chest up, because any more than that, and it would have gotten really weird.
Yeah.
See, that's what's going to happen if you get an unrated cut. You're going to see the rest of that.
Yeah. Oh, but no.
If we get an unrated cut, we've already seen Ella Marina Baccarin. What we'll end up getting is freaking all of Ryan Reynolds.
Well, if that's
and then you're going to be pissed.
See all Ryan Reynolds. I just want to know. No. I don't want to know where he kept the ring pop.
Okay, all right. A little off topic of the movie itself, but at the actual theater, when you went to see Deadpool, here's my question: did you happen to see anybody go into the theater with a bunch of kids?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I wanted to walk up to that woman and say, "What the hell, lady?"
I actually considered going to the manager and asking the manager if anyone got pissed off that the movie had so much going in it. Because
Yes.
I bet you they did. I bet you there was.
I mean, I had basically read all kinds of stories where, like, there was this one person who said that a woman brought in her kids that were around the ages of 5 and 6. That was like, oh my fucking god. And then, of course, at my theater, there was a woman that brought in a family involving 3 children, all around the ages of around 9 to 12 years old.
Dude, remember what the hell was that stupid puppet movie called?
Oh, Team America?
Yeah, Team America World Police, yeah.
I took my 4-year-old to see it.
Oh!
When it came out.
Oh, why?
That's a little different, though, is because of the fact that you're not... Even if you see something that's graphic, it's not really graphic, because it's puppets. We had full frontal the entire... Well, not the entire movie. We had full-on full frontal of many, many women. We had implied storing a ring pop in your ass.
You sure it was the booty or not taking the clip?
We had countless crotch shots. We had probably 4 or 5 tea bags.
Dude, that's just a normal day.
And the F-bomb was dropped more times than I can count.
The F-bomb was dropped 84 times.
You fucking counted?
I didn't count. Someone actually counted and wrote an article about it. But the F-bomb was dropped 84 times and other references, but the F-bomb per se was dropped 84 times. And, you know, if you took your kid to watch The Wolf of Wall Street, that's just...
Who the fuck takes their kid to see that movie?
I would.
You are a bad parent.
No, I'm a real parent. I don't shelter my kids.
No.
Fuck that, dude. They're going to run this shit anyway.
Oh my god.
You don't understand desensitization. I can't even say the word. You're desensitizing your kids to that, which means that when it happens in their real life, they're going to be like, oh, this guy's got his balls out at a party. Who the fuck cares? My dad showed me that when I was 7.
It's part of life. You'd be seeing a lot
not.
of... If you go to fucking college frat parties, it is.
I'm not talking college frat parties. I'm talking fucking high school parties. I'm talking junior high parties. Some kid fucking does that, and your kid's going to be like, oh, that's normal.
It is normal.
It's not normal.
It's not normal when your own kid starts to pull that kind of shit. Hell, if I had a kid and he started doing that, I would beat his ass.
I'd find it funny.
In any case, don't bring your kids to watch this fucking movie.
Exactly, yeah.
Or this fucking hangout. Don't let them watch this shit either, because we cuss.
Yes. Teach your kid now. Get it out the way. I agree.
No.
I
agree with this message.
No, you want to have a conversation with them first. You want to make sure that they are mature enough first. You don't fucking just go, here, have a movie and figure it out. No, fuck that.
Deadpool's a great father figure.
Oh, the fuck he is. Okay.
All right, so we have Deadpool, who apparently is so good in bed that he keeps a prostitute as a girlfriend, which is kind of amusing. And also, apparently, he's very good at skee-ball.
You know, I got to admit,
very good at throwing the ball in the hole.
This is going to make me sound a little bit of a pansy, but you know what? I don't give a shit. I actually thought that skee-ball scene was a little romantic. I thought it was.
Well, that was the point.
Yeah.
He won his Voltron ring.
Yes.
He was able to take
throughout the movie
5 mini lions to form one big robot.
Oh, that was the joke. I just fucking got it. No, not that one. Later on in the movie. Okay, so let me tell you a story. I was reading an article about how at the very last minute, Fox was like, okay, we're go with this movie, but first, you have to cut this down from $65 million to $58 million. Basically took $7 million off the budget right before they started filming. So the character, Negasonic Teenage What's-Her-Face...
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yes, her. She was originally written to be 3 different characters. They had to cut 2 characters from the movie because they couldn't afford it, and they couldn't afford the special effects that would have went with it. That's also why the beginning scene, he only had 12 bullets. That was also part of their money-saving stuff.
Really? They couldn't give him 4 more fucking bullets?
No, that's just it. It's a fucking 6-shooter. It had 6 bullets. 6 bullets in each gun. That equals 12.
He shot 1 gun.
It was 1 gun, Matt. 1 gun.
Then it had 12 bullets. No,
It was 1 gun.
Sure it was 2 guns.
With a clip of 12 bullets.
Oh, in any case, whatever. It was, yeah, that was all he had was the 12 bullets. They ended up cutting that specifically for money reasons. But later on, near the end, after the fight's done or whatever, Deadpool's all like, I feel like we were 3 lions combining into 1 giant lion. I just realized that if she had been 3 characters, that would have made it for a total of 5 lions. He was actually making fun of the budget cut. I just fucking got that. And it's not the first time he made fun of the budget cut, because he also made fun of the budget cut when he was at the X-Men mansion the second time. He's all like,
oh, that
wow,
shit was funny.
It's just the 2 of you? It's almost like the studio couldn't afford more X-Men.
He shit on Fox a lot.
Yeah, he did. Well, come on, they fucking deserved it. Look
But
what they
it
did
was
with
a
the
fun
character
game.
he wanted to play, like in X-Men Origins. I mean, this is the same fucking studio that fucked the character before. So yeah,
He's
feeling a little better. Huh?
The same studio that sewed his mouth shut.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And that's just it. And fucking Ajax said that shit. He's all like, I'm going to sew your mouth shut. Deadpool should have reacted like, they tried that once, but it didn't work. Or something. Something like that. But he did not make reference to the original movie, which kind of pissed me off.
Oh, what was classic, I'm sorry to say, but when you see that figure laying on top of the album, but you don't realize it's laying on top of an album, and he's picking it up, my most prized possession. And then it goes wham.
Oh, yeah, yeah. This is the album in which they really earned that exclamation mark.
It's not wham, it's wham.
Okay.
No, that's how he said it in the movie, you assholes.
But yeah, I did have a problem with him going back and forth between the current storyline, which is him as Deadpool, and then the romantic storyline. I personally would have liked it better if they had just done it all in order.
No, I think the flashbacks worked perfectly for the movie. I thought it was great.
That's just it. Is if they were going to do a flashback, they should have done the entire flashback in the cab. Hey, Sanjay. Hey, Mr. Poole. Let me tell you a story about love. And then after he told the story about like how he ended up getting mutilated and becoming Deadpool, everything up to that point, then he got out of the cab and the rest of the movie commences. I think that would have made the most sense, but the movie made $135 million in its first weekend, and it wasn't even a 4-day weekend.
It was a 4-day weekend.
It was a 3-day weekend.
Today's the 4th day.
Today's the 3rd day.
Today's President's Day, so it's a 4-day weekend.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 3 days.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday consists of the box office.
Okay, it's not even a 5-day fucking weekend, okay?
There you go. That's
in other words,
better.
It didn't release on Thursday. It didn't release on Wednesday, like Batman, like the most recent Batmans have, or Star Wars did. It didn't release on Tuesday or Wednesday, like those movies did. It released on the day it was supposed to.
It made 12.1 million Thursday night.
Okay.
And then it made another 40-something million Friday.
Okay, Friday was the day it was supposed to release. Thursday night is when movies normally open, or at least big movies.
No, movies normally open on Friday, but they preview them Thursday night, late night, like they used to.
Depending on the movie.
Exactly what I just said.
Yeah.
But it's made 150 million.
150?
Yeah.
Up to now, or I guess it would be weekend numbers. In any case, it has blown everything the fuck away, including the original Spider-Man, which was the #1 for a while, including Batman, including all the Batmans, including it has blown I think every movie's opening weekend out of the water.
Pretty much.
What about Star Wars?
Nothing is blowing that. Nothing is blowing Star Wars' numbers out of the water.
Let me double check on that.
Star Wars opening weekend made 250 million, dude. Well, not the original Star Wars. We're going Force Awakens.
That's what I was referring to, is Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, no one's ever going to beat that total.
Okay. All right. Well, still. I mean, come on. What do you expect? It's fucking Star Wars. It's going to be really hard to top that. But at least I'm happy that Deadpool was able to blow everything else out of the water.
Yeah, it's made 150 million so far, and that's not counting what it's made overseas. Because overseas it's made probably another 100 and something million.
Well, then technically it did beat Star Wars in World War.
No.
Oh, so the 250 million is domestic, not international.
Yes. Star Wars domestically made 250 million.
Okay.
Worldwide, it had already made like 500 million.
Ooh, damn. I could have sworn it made $1 billion at one point.
Dude, Star Wars made $1 billion in 10 days. The fastest to do it. No movie will do that. Not even that fucking godforsaken Avatar that's going to get released in 2019 or whatever year that decides to come out.
Avatar 2, and I don't even understand why that's even getting a sequel. It didn't need a sequel.
And you are correct. Force Awakens is looking at 248 million for its first weekend. I thought I had read differently, but apparently I read wrong.
And that was only 3 days. There was no holiday.
No, Star Wars opened on a Tuesday. I know because I saw it on Wednesday, and it wasn't the first day it was out.
First day it came out was December 18th. Was a Thursday. Well, no, that was technically a Friday. Thursday was.
Lou, he's not talking about Force Awakens. He's talking about the original Star Wars.
No, I'm talking about The Force Awakens. It showed at my movie theater on Tuesday at 7 p.m. That was the first show.
That's an early screening. I saw it Thursday night. I saw it on the 17th.
But
the release date was the 18th.
Anywho, back to Deadpool.
Well, I mean, it's kind of relevant because it's comparative popularity. But in any case, I mean, what else stood out to you, Charles?
I don't know. The cameo.
Of?
The only cameo that was in the movie.
No, there was another cameo.
I'm talking about Stan Lee.
Stan Lee don't count for shit. He has nothing to do with Deadpool. He didn't create him. He wasn't even around when Deadpool came out.
The point of his cameos is that he's Stan Lee, and he's in all the Marvel movies.
He's Stan the Man Lee, dude.
He's Stan the crackhead Lee. Fuck him.
Oh my God, really?
Fuck him. Who gives a shit? Move on.
That is sacrilege.
But his cameo was funny.
Yes, his character was funny. Although I would be even more pissed off if you were going to be saying shit like this about Jack Kirby.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Jack Kirby is fucking amazing, but I don't think he is as good as Stan Lee. Well, as good as Stan Lee was. I don't think Jack Kirby ever was as good as Stan Lee was. Jack Kirby, again, amazing.
Yeah.
But Stan fucking Lee.
Yeah, and I just watched the newest episode of Comic Book Man, and Stan Lee basically became a temp employee at the stash.
Really?
Yes, he was there with Walt and the others, and he was helping them out with customers.
That had to be interesting.
Well, he wasn't actually taking the comic books. He was sitting at the counter next to Walt while Walt did all the work.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
Yes, and Stan Lee would be talking to all the customers, and apparently there was a customer who was giving up on comic books, and they got Stan Lee to talk him back into comic books, which I thought was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yes.
If you were giving up on comic books, why would you go to a comic book store?
Well, he was one of those guys that collects comic books, and he came in there for his last delivery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the word is I don't even remember what the word was. Revertist or
revisionist?
No. God damn.
I don't know what you're trying to express.
It'll come to me.
Okay. I was kind of impressed with what's her name, Gina Carano. How's that pronounced?
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano. I was impressed with her performance only because I expected her performance to be really, really, really bad, and it wasn't. It wasn't at all.
Well, the thing is that you can't really say that it was good or bad because she didn't say anything.
That's why it was good.
She had like what, 5 lines in the entire movie?
Not even. She had 1, maybe 2.
And the thing is that she's an MMA fighter, or at least a former MMA fighter. She's like Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
Yeah. And she's also dating Henry Cavill.
What?
Yeah, she's Superman's girlfriend.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, her character. They never mention her character's name, but her character's name is Angel Dust.
Yeah.
And basically, she rivals Colossus in strength, which is rather impressive.
Yes.
Because Colossus made of metal, etc.
Uh-huh. Oh, and I got to bring up about Colossus. I am just so finally happy that they were able to make an accurate Colossus. About goddamn time.
Yes, it was a bit cartoony, though, and I think an increase of budget would have fixed that.
To be honest, I didn't care. I was happy regardless.
Yeah, and that's just it. Is we've already had a Deadpool 2 announced. I guarantee they're going to give them a lot more money next time.
Oh, what the hell? Deadpool 2
I mean,
was
seriously,
announced at the end of the movie.
Yeah, they've almost tripled the amount of money that they put into it, and it's still the first fucking weekend. So, yeah, and even if this movie dies quickly, which I don't think it will, I don't think it's going to have the staying power that, say, Star Wars does, because, Star Wars is still in the theater. I considered, sneaking in there after watching Deadpool yesterday.
And why didn't you?
I try and be a good person.
Fuck that. Watch a movie.
But I do gotta bring one thing up about the sequel for Deadpool. Yeah, the actor Stephen Lang. I want him to play Cable.
Yes, I agree. I saw that picture as well.
Yeah.
I don't think he's big enough, but he's definitely got
the look,
the demeanor. He's definitely got the attitude.
Yes.
That's all he needs.
He's a good actor. I liked him in Avatar, and I thought he was fantastic in Terra Nova. I'm still pissed that Terra Nova got canceled.
Oh, what aren't you?
We know because you mention it about once every month.
The fuck I do?
Okay, maybe once every 2 months, but you do mention it a lot.
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
The last time that I mentioned Terra Nova was like, what, last year?
5 seconds ago.
Yeah. See, you've mentioned it twice in this hangout alone.
Yeah, fuck Terra Nova, fuck you.
That's 3 times now.
Yep.
What? Terra Nova, huh? What?
All righty.
It's just
You have an obsession.
Oh, Charles, you keep telling me that I should watch this Stargate shit, but you haven't sent me a link. I need to see some Stargate. I've never seen it.
What the hell are you talking about? I know for a fact that you've seen Stargate.
Oh, okay, because sometimes you forget. Sometimes
Yes.
you explain, oh yeah, Jack O'Neill is this guy in Stargate, and I'm all like, Charles, I'm going to bitch slap you.
Colossus
yeah,
was a pussy.
For the acting that she did, which wasn't much, she did well. I don't know. I just she didn't do anything to turn me off.
She did something to turn off Colossus, pansy.
Well, he's just a man with integrity. That's all he is.
He's a fucking pansy. He should have moved
What
his head
the
to the
fuck?
side.
Oh, and he totally ripped off fucking Captain America's line.
Which is
was.
Yeah.
Watch your language.
Well, there you go. Another jab at fucking Captain America and Marvel. The first one was Deadpool throwing a hubcap like a shield.
I don't know. That's a bit of a stretch.
Actually, that's what it
I'm
was.
gonna guess that it was a reference to Captain America.
Throwing his shield. Because you seem to hit the guy in the head. Doing.
Let me see. What else did we have? I want to know who that guy that was in the lab with Wade Wilson, the one who ended up burning up when the lab caught fire. Who was that?
Bob,
The one he was joking with.
the builder.
No. Bob showed up near the end of the movie when he met one of those like tactical guys and like, dude, it was like Jacksonville, TGI Fridays. That was near the end of the movie during the last fight scene. But
You see how he kept him alive though. That was funny.
the guy in the lab, I think, was a different guy, and I don't know who it was.
He was just some random guy.
And I'm kind of wondering if he ended up surviving, because if he was going through some of the same treatments that Wade Wilson was.
Yes, but
Go on.
I was going to say the guy at the end when they were fighting at that ship. When he said, like, Bob? It's like Jacksonville, TGI Fridays?
Yes. No one's talking about him yet except you. I'm talking about the guy at the beginning in the lab. What happened to the guy in the lab?
I think he might be dead.
He died of 15-degree burns.
It doesn't go
All
higher
right,
than
now we can talk about the guy at the end. Yeah, he had mentioned a TGI Fridays in Jacksonville earlier to TJ Miller's character, whose name I'm forgetting. And basically, TJ Miller's all like, "What were you doing? What kind of special ops are you doing in Jacksonville?" Oh, it was secret, classified. And then come to find out later that he wasn't joking, that he actually was in Jacksonville, and he really liked TGI Fridays.
Yes,
doing
Bob.
special ops shit.
Yeah, Bob.
And yes, you are correct, Charles. He did keep him alive. Like, he was the only one he kept alive. He knocked him the fuck out.
And for those of you that don't know who that is Bob, Agent of Hydra, Deadpool's sidekick.
Is it?
It's not gonna. They're gonna have to change it up because Hydra is owned by Marvel, but he is the character from the comic books known as Bob, Agent of Hydra. He is.
Are you sure about that?
I am absolutely certain because there were several articles.
I'm not talking about Bob. I'm talking about the use of Hydra.
They're not using Hydra. They're going to have to make changes.
Are you sure about that? Because they used a fucking helicarrier that was beat up.
I don't think that was a helicarrier.
He's got a point. Is at the end when they actually zoom out, you saw the fucking rotors of a helicarrier. That was a helicarrier.
Well,
it looked like it was an old ass helicarrier, but it was a helicarrier.
They might have made a secret deal that we don't know about yet, and they're fucking teasing us in these movies.
Oh God. Oh no. Leave it to them to be able to create the bridge between the Marvel movies and the Fox superhero movies with Bob, Agent of Hydra.
The bridge was when Marvel let Fox make a TV show.
What TV show is that?
the one that they're doing on FX, Legion.
Which is
Fucking Charles Xavier's son? That's in production?
dude. Fox owns all rights.
No,
to
they
X-Men.
don't. Only cinematic universe.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
That's why they can't make no cartoons. That's why they can't distribute any toys. That's why they can't make no video games. They only own them on the screen.
They only own the
Big
movie
screen.
rights.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
And if they made a secret deal, chances are, maybe, just maybe, we might be getting a Fantastic Four television series for Netflix.
No,
we'll see.
fuck
I
that.
think if anything, that would actually be much better than any sort of movie, because that could actually show over a period of time exactly how the relationship between Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman is, show
Yep.
exactly how intelligent Mr. Fantastic is, because in the Marvel Universe, there is no one more intelligent than Mr. Fantastic. No one.
No one. Not even
No one
Deadpool.
human. No one human.
You have to get into Celestial before you get smarter than he is.
Really?
Yes.
No, fake.
Did they mention what his IQ is?
I'm sure that is probably changes constantly, but he is considered the most intelligent person on the Marvel Universe. Or people that are anywhere close to him are Henry Pym. Believe it or not, Peter Parker.
Tony
though-
Stark?
Yeah, not in the same weight class, but high at the top of the weight class below it, is Peter Parker. As a matter of fact, in the comics, I believe Peter Parker is a billionaire right now.
Damn, he's coming up in the world.
Yeah, he decided, you know what, I'm fucking smart enough. I've been making all these fucking electronics for me. Why don't I start marketing this shit? And he became almost an overnight billionaire.
All he had to do was rob a bank, and he's a billionaire too. Shoot some web, steal some money. No one knows.
But he ended up getting, I think he ended up getting help from one of his friends, because, you know, he's got friends in high places. But yeah, he became a billionaire almost overnight. And basically he is, if I remember correctly, he built the Marvel version of the iPhone, except I think it's a watch and does cool stuff, if I remember correctly. I haven't actually read it. I've Wikipedia'd it. So in that way, I'm like Isaiah.
Okay, and on that note, back to Deadpool.
Deadpool is not a billionaire. Deadpool can barely pay, you know, for his unicorn plushies to masturbate to.
Wait, was that what that was?
Yes, that was a unicorn plushie that I'm pretty sure he was masturbating to it. He was either masturbating to it or for it. He might have been masturbating for its pleasure. But he definitely had a unicorn plushie during his masturbation.
And Miss Magoo trying to build furniture. That was funny.
Yes, that was
A blind woman trying to build an IKEA furniture. What the fuck?
And Deadpool's like super into it. He's all like, no, you don't buy this one. You don't buy that one. Those are pieces of crap. You buy this one. Fuck you. What the fuck? How do you know about IKEA furniture? The people who work at IKEA don't know about IKEA furniture.
I don't even have an IKEA near me. I don't, but sometimes I just want to drive in there and just look at the stuff, go like, wow, that'll be a pain in the ass to build.
From what I understand, going to an IKEA is an interesting experience. At least that's what I've been told, in a good way. Kind of like your first time to a Bed Bath & Beyond, or your first time to a Home Depot, or your first time to any of those places like that. Like, your imagine catches you. Your imagine takes hold when you go into those places. At least it does.
When you go into an IKEA store, it has arrows on the floor.
Okay.
It directs you to where you want to go.
Oh.
It's like, well, where do we go? Oh, the big arrow points that way. So
Pretty
I guess
much.
we're gonna go
You
that
walk
way.
into the store, and you walk around the whole. It's like you walk around a maze.
Isn't there like a food court in there and shit, and like something for the kids?
Yep.
Like, yeah, they got all sorts of shit in there.
Yep, and their furniture is a pain in the ass to build.
Yeah. That's why you paid them to build it.
Okay, I didn't know you could do that, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure you can. If not, you can find someone on Craigslist.
I don't know. I ain't finding no one on Craigslist. Them motherfuckers try to kill you.
So I've been trying to remember the helicarrier when we see it. Well, when we think what we think is a helicarrier, when it tips over, we definitely see very large vent fans, and that's what makes me think that it's an old helicarrier. But now that I'm looking at pictures of like actual helicarriers, I'm less convinced because the fans on the actual helicarriers actually jut out from the helicarrier. And those fans were most definitely on the carrier itself. So I don't know that that's a helicarrier.
Got used.
What's that?
It could have been a helicarrier that was never used.
I don't know.
But it was confirmed as a helicarrier in Easter eggs.
Okay. Oh, someone up top said that it was a helicarrier?
Hey, all these Easter eggs that I've watched, they are all claiming it's a helicarrier. So.
Okay. That's just it. Is I've been looking for a picture of it from the movie, and the only thing I'm seeing gives a direct side view.
Well, that's basically all we saw for a while.
What's that?
Yeah, that's all we saw for a while in the movie.
Yeah.
Until it tipped over.
So, any scenes you want to talk about, Lou?
No, I mean the movie was fun. It had its ups, downs. Colossus being a bitch. Deadpool cutting off his arm. No.
Oh,
and
yes.
Emo teenager finally deciding that she likes Deadpool.
Oh, you think I'm cool?
Oh, no. The scene where he goes up to the Xavier school, it says, like, Ripley from Alien? And she's like, oh, God, you're so old. Yeah. Yes, I saw that. I thought that was awesome.
But that's the same scene. He goes, why is it every time I come here there's only 2 people here? Can't Fox afford more people?
Yeah, but no, I just thought that line was good, and you got to admit she does actually kind of look like Ripley.
Yes, she definitely kind of looked like Ripley. I mean, obviously she wouldn't with long hair, but the whole point was she didn't have hair.
Yeah. And the fact that before she went to hit Gina Carano's character, she's tweeting.
Oh yes, yes.
Well, I think let's do something right now. Let's do some tweet predictions. What do you think that she was tweeting?
Gotta bail this old guy out.
Probably, or I'm about to light this bitch on fire.
Yeah.
Like, working with. I think she's like saying, I'm working with this old dude to get his girlfriend back. Hashtag I'm about to smack a bitch. Yeah.
But his response was hilarious. I feel sorry for the guy who asks her to have.
Well, no. What he said
is, I saw that scene a lot of times as teasers, and then I saw it in the movie. I still don't know. Oh, I guess it would have to be the emo teenager. I couldn't figure out whether he was talking about her or if he was talking about.
He's talking about Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Okay,
That's who he's talking about.
That
it's
makes
like,
sense now that I think about it.
And Lou, what he said is, "Oh, I pity the dude that pressures her into prom sex." That's what he said.
Whatever, sue me for not quoting the line just right.
Well, no, I legitimately thought that you didn't know what he said. It's kind of, I mean, I didn't figure out what he said until I watched the teaser a few times.
The fact is that we've seen it so many times and little trailers and all that shit, it's still held up in the movie.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. All right. Do we have anything else to talk about?
The post-credit scene.
Oh, that's the post-credit scene. Actually, disappointed me.
Why? He was making fun of Ferris Bueller.
Yes, and I knew he was making fun of Ferris Bueller literally within a quarter second of the scene actually showing up. The second they stopped the movie and we saw the end of the hallway, I'm all like, this is Ferris Bueller. And then I just watched it, and I'm all like, are you kidding me? Come on.
And then he leaves and comes back and says, oh, just so you know, Cable will be in the second Deadpool movie.
Yes.
We don't know
Now-
who's playing him yet, but Cable will be here.
Which could potentially lead to an X-Force movie.
That's
That
the
would be
plan.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Okay, in that case, I think we can safely skip wild speculation.
Yes.
And I want to thank everyone for watching. Check us out at Geeks of the Round. Geeks of the Round on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Give us a call at 801-609-4687. That's 801-609-GOTR. Or email us at geeksaround@gmail.com. I want to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.